Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. God, is it going behind or... Hi. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Wait, well, I'm still over in the corner from yesterday. Hold on. Hold on. I'm really scuffed today, as you can tell. I'm very scuffed today. Hi, guys. Hi. I'm very scuffed today. I was sleeping for a really long time because I was up late. I got paid from Twitter again, so I bought more emotes for my server so I could also turn them into stickers. My PR package came from Drunk Gamer Girl, so review later. Yippee! Review time later. I took a cool picture. I'm probably gonna like post in a little bit here, whatever. Hi guys. I'm sorry for the amount of issues that I've been having with my stream. Sucks to suck, you know? It's like, whatever. Hi. I don't know why my stream is so laggy. Oh god. Is it like still being really bad? Oh god, why? Why is it still doing this? Why is it still doing this? Hang on, let me check how it looks on... It looks fine on YouTube, what the hell? It looks fine on YouTube, so like, what the fuck is going on? YouTube is at least getting the clear picture. Hold on, let me look at how Twitch is doing. Seem that bad over on Twitch. Okay. Okay, okay, we're not doing that bad. We're not doing that bad. Steam finally lets you gift bundles? What? Oh, thank you for the sub, Sig. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Like what? Like DLCs and stuff? Or like all in one? Or like what? This is schizophrenia music that I'm listening to, oh god. Death of a Magical Girl. I don't really want to listen to this right now. Are we spinning the punishment wheel? We haven't even gotten anything for a punishment wheel yet, so... could you type the thing about the punishment wheel in and pin it, Star? Since you're mod? Sorry, I gotta turn down my music. Okay. Huh? What was what? Oh, that was probably my, Spotify. That was probably my Spotify, my bad. I didn't realize it was showing up. My new computer part should be here on Thursday, so it's my birthday. So stream might be a little later that day. Depending on... It's really, really, like, dependent, honestly. Yeah, it's 500 bits. Just put 500 bits equals punishment wheel and then pin it to the chat and do, like, the pin until end of stream thing. Oh, hell yeah. Stream streak. Nice. So, like, the Power Wash Simulator bundle I could now gift. Yeah! Yeah! I think we're also probably gonna watch the, I think we're gonna rewatch the Ocean Gate video because I couldn't watch it due to the technical difficulties yesterday. That really sucked. Like, that was fucking ass, dude. Miko must be punished, chat. Enough bit subs. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I get to do cool things like prank call a friend, say something weird to a friend, or prank call my mom or dad, or physical exertion, or meowing, or forcing myself not to swear for over an hour. But yeah, I should have a better time of it. He keeps going, I don't think it's the motherboard. I think it is, dude. My fiance keeps going, I don't think it's the motherboard. I think it is. I've had nothing but issues since getting that. The first set of issues, it would literally just, like, hard shut off after 4 hours. Do y'all remember that back when I re-debuted? I was dealing with some massive PC issues where I would be streaming my normal time, like, but little over 4 hours, and at the 4-hour mark, my PC would just fucking hard shut off, and then, like, turn back on, like it did nothing. Meow for 35 minutes. Wait, do we get any bits? Hold on. It's not showing that I got any bits in the sidebar. I have to go to my Twitch, I think. Okay. Have to meow for 35 minutes yet. Sucks, I can't pin it from... Yeah, it's the motherboard. It's the motherboard. I have a gigabyte motherboard. I didn't know that they were shit. I found out from another one of my mutuals who's in my Discord community as well, that they also had a gigabyte motherboard, and it was giving them nothing but issues as well. Yeah, no, like it's bad. Yeah, it's a gigabyte motherboard. The brand is Gigabyte. And Star told me yesterday that that's like what they put in like budget pre-built PCs and stuff. Like me and Star like talked for 5 hours yesterday and it made me feel a lot better. Thank you, Star. I love you. That made me feel so much better. Oh, I did? Oh god, yeah. Like, no, it's been nothing but issues. It's been nothing but issues. It fucking sucks. Nothing but issues. Like, why does it have to be such ass? One of my mutuals community members, Ashen, as soon as I made my post about it, he was like, yeah, I had issues with Gigabyte. I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it was the motherboard. I knew it. Because it's literally been fucking issues nonstop ever since I got it. That's like literally the only thing in my PC that's been giving me fucking issues. Yeah, I'm getting an MSI. I believe it's the same board that's in my fiance's PC. I think that's what he told me. And I'm also getting a new CPU, so better power, baby. I told him overclock that bitch as soon as he puts it in. I want to see how much powerful my shit can run now. Because I can't be having these issues when I start using my 3D model. That'll suck. I wasn't expecting him to get himself a different CPU so he could get me his CPU. So I think I should actually have like smooth sailing because he's got like a beast of a fucking rig. Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm hoping that there's no issues. For 23 hours? Oh my god. Honestly, I can't even say shit because, like, that's me with Project Sekai sometimes. That was me with Love Live. That was literally me with Love Live back when Love Live was still a game. He said you're getting an MSI Mag B650 Mobo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's probably way fucking better than what I currently have. Way better. I gotta turn off my fucking... I gotta turn on Do Not Disturb. Because I'm getting all my notifications. There are 2 more tiers of MSI Mobos, and that PG and MEG. MEG is just a bonkers word you could run. Wow! Holy fuck, that would actually be kind of insane. Maybe future plan, possibly. Possibly. Because, I want to run some servers for you guys. That would be pretty fun. You know? But yeah, we're gonna rewatch the Ocean Gate video, I think. Give me 1 second. I have to fix my pillows because they're all fucked up. Tablet, go right there. Okay. Alright. I think what we might be doing tonight is maybe playing a game, I don't know. Depending on, like, how bad my shit stays. It seems to be doing fine now. Thank God. I've been having, like, massive issues with OBS lately. Hi, Barry. Welcome in. Dude, all I did earlier was move my chat and OBS crashed. I'm not kidding. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So, like, OBS was, like, literally, like, not responding for 5 minutes. So, no, you like how, you know how you have pop-out chat? I was trying to, like, move my Twitch pop-out chat because I just wanted my multi-chat to be visible so I could see everybody talk from all ends. As soon as I fucking did that, it literally froze and said, we're preparing a crash report for you. Like, the big white bar that it gives you when it crashes. That's so peak OBS, so not surprised. Yeah, no, like, it's done that twice whenever I've moved a dock. I'm a bit quiet. I don't know why. Let me see where my mic levels are at. Hold on. Let me check my mic levels real quick. It should be fine. I'm doing pretty good. And I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. I completely overslept. I did not hear a single one of my alarms today, by the way. I was up talking to artists because, like, a bunch of artists got back to me about, like, some of the pieces that I won. I got to see what my emotes looked like that I won. My logo artist surprised me with, 2 emotes for my server that I turned into stickers as well. I've been having more issues often with OBS. Now, I don't know if it's because of, like, all the other stuff that I've been running, because, you know, like, speaker bot, streamer bot, whatever, or if it's literally just OBS being weird because of Stream Elements Live, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I felt that. That's kind of like what the day was like yesterday. I was literally like not having a good time of it because of how stream was going, and yeah. Like I felt that. That was literally how it was yesterday. I was so sad about it too, because like I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get new PC parts too. What the hell? Because like you know, like when you put in so much effort for something and like things just start to go wrong. That's the kind of day I was having yesterday. Not fun. My birthday is in 2 more days! Woohoo! OBS is temperamental. It's a little bitch baby. Yeah, which has been like, I mean, I get that. Me too. Which has been kind of cool. Why I've been like winning so much during my birthday month and stuff, and like the last little bit of the year last year. Like that was really cool. Finally, actually being able to put more effort into my branding, being able to do more things like that. Finally, a fucking W, right? Holy lag. Oh god, yeah, the fucking ping dropped again. I'm wondering if it's because of the storm outside. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Because the ping just dropped again. Okay, it seems to be fine. It seems to be fine. Okay, that's so weird. Fucking things. It's the ping that's fucking off right now. Yeah, it's behind like a little bit right now. I don't know what's going on. I found out something crazy. You know, I'm not sure if any of you in chat know about this, but there was a guy who was falsely convicted of fraud, I think it was. His name was Bud Dwyer. Apparently he killed himself on my birthday. That's wild as fuck to me. Cause I remember hearing about that case when I was like looking into like disturbing things that happened on live television, right? And I didn't realize until I was like looking up birthdays and death days that share my birthday. Hang on 1 second. Star said DMs. Okay. Got a person on the server. Oh. Yeah, I'll verify them right away. Okay, 1 second. Man, it starts telling me I should like drop one of the multi streams because of the bandwidth. Oh no, it's coming back up. It might just be dips. I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though, and if it does keep doing this, I will do what you said. I might drop the kick stream if that's the case, if anything. But it seems to be going back to normal. I'm gonna let it go back to normal. Hopefully it'll stay. Hopefully it'll stay like that. Hopefully. It's starting to go back to normal. It's starting to go back to normal, but I will keep an eye on it, and I'll probably drop the not the Twitch stream, the Kick stream. If anything, if this keeps persisting. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Holy shit. I think Heath Ledger also died on my birthday. Years before I was born, obviously, but he died on my birthday. I also share the same birthday as the rapper Logic. I think there was a Chinese Vocaloid that I share a birthday with. I think. She had purple hair. I'm pretty sure we shared the same birthday. What year did Heath Ledger die? I can't remember. It wasn't like the 90s or something. Obviously, I wasn't born yet. I was born in the 2000s. I was literally born right in the year 2000. It's cool because Luca's birthday is also a week after mine, too. So right after celebrating my birthday, I get to celebrate Luca's birthday. But hold on. I got all my flavors today and like 2 cute little keychains from Drink Gamer Girl. I'm excited to try them. I really am. My chat is delayed. Oh, are you talking about like the little bubbles? That's always delayed. It's literally the way I cropped it. It'll be different. I promise you it'll look different soon. I promise. I promise. It's not gonna keep looking like this because I actually do have overlays coming soon. Thank God. I have a new gaming overlay and I have a new just chatting overlay coming, and I also have new panels coming. The gameplay screen is the last thing that's being worked on, from what I remember. Like, they just finished the panels yesterday, so it should be here within, like, the next few days or some shit. Because they're working pretty fucking hard on it. Like, it looks really cool. I'm really excited. Like, they put ears on my About Me thing. Like, it looks so fucking cool. They put ears on my About Me thing. They put like little cherry blossoms and different patterns on them. Like, oh my god, it's so fucking cute. It's so cute. I took a cool picture with my cup from Crit Nuke, which you guys should definitely get. It's fucking cool. It's a steel cup. It's very, very nice for ice water or any like cold drinks because like it's literally like a Yeti. It keeps your drinks like nice and cold. Well, actually, wait, no. I only have the glass out. We didn't release the cup. The cup is a one of a kind, but I might actually talk to Crit Nuke soon about releasing a Yeti, possibly. I might have to reach out at some point and ask. Because I would love that. I would love to have like an actual like cup for you guys. Because like a glass is cool, yeah. But like having a portable cup that you could bring anywhere is even better. Joseph Stalin attacked the UN on my birthday. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like a thermos cup. Which I probably should really reach out like within the next few days or something. Also, as a reminder, at midnight, specifically on my birthday, we will be releasing the plushie campaign. So, if you want your own, use the Mikumfi command in chat and go to the link and turn on notifications. It's $2 to pledge. So we need $2 pledges. And then it's just charged later when it like starts coming out and stuff. But yeah. I've been really, really wanting to do this for a while. I've been wanting to release a plushie for you guys. I already released a plushie, but you guys couldn't get that in time. Like, a lot of you guys couldn't get that in time. A lot of you guys did get it. I'm very happy about that. But a lot of people are, like, super sad about missing out on it. So we have another opportunity, and it's going to be a mascot. Like, look, that cute little guy up there. Like, what else could you want? Like, he's a silly little dude. You know, a silly little guy. Yeah, the launch of the campaign. It's $2 to pledge at first, and then the rest gets paid when the campaign is successful. Well, when the petition is successful, I mean, and then they start the campaign, and then, yeah. Yes. Yes, specifically if you have the YouTube's pledge, you need the little guy. You can't separate them. You can't separate us. That's me and you guys. You know, you can't separate us, alright? So if you have the YouTube's plush, you gotta get the silly to pair with, you know? Got a plushie for the Miko plushie. That's amazing. I wish they made like little plushie monster cans because I would say get one and give it to her. I want two little guys and make them kiss. Yes! You're gonna make the little guys kiss. Like Barbie dolls. Oh my god, wait, that might be something I get commissioned. Like, one of you guys, like, making the two plushies kiss and me walking in. That would be really funny. I actually think I might get that. That sounds really funny. Oh shit, nice. You got the, aw, that's so nice. What the hell? Did you get your Costco hot dog? We yapping about makeshift. Akira, did you get your Costco hot dog? I sent Akira money. And then he made fun of my last name. Awesome. And a pizza slice? Good shit. Good shit. He sent the Doge fucking chuckling emoji at my last name after I sent him $1.10. What the fuck? What the fuck, twin? Man. Yeah, he was like, he said it in the Serious Mod chat earlier. He was like, can somebody send me $1 for a Costco hot dog? I was like, oh, I can do that. And bro is homie, so like... I did it also because, you know, it's what Star would have wanted. I heard Costco hot dog, and that, like... Oh, did you like the sticker I sent with it, by the way? I just said Costco hot dog, and then sent a fucking 6-7 sticker. Costco poutine? I don't know if I'd... I don't know if I'd trust that. Man. Because I'm fucking Polish, isn't it? It's because I'm Polish, isn't it? You know what? Yeesh? When are they gonna add the VTube Studio update that allows you to, like, reach through the screen and strangle chat? Oh my god, dude. I'll probably make my sponsored announcement here in a little bit. It just said I had 0 ping. It's like jumping back and forth. Okay, I'm dropping Twitch. I'm not Twitch. I'm dropping Kick. Sorry, Kick guys. Go over to either YouTube or my Twitter. My bandwidth is like suffering. Okay. I dropped Kick for now. Maybe that'll change things. Hopefully. Angie. Angie. Yeah, zero. It was literally at 0 ping. Holy fuck, man. I had to make my sponsor post here in a little bit. I took like a cool picture. What? God, is stream like really behind right now, or like what's going on? Okay, ping is back up. It things good again. Starting to go back to normal because I dropped Kick. Okay. Somewhat going back to normal. Trying to check things to see if it's good. Whoa! Akira, what the fuck is that gif? There's a convention for the YIF plushie people. Where's Pyraxel? Where is he? We're having this conversation again? Are you kidding me? Bro. Dude. Why did it drop again? Akira sent me the I don't like girls. Oh god, this is killing me. He says, your stream is exploding, by the way, hitting the fucking he sends the wrong gif. And it's just the fucking the guy from Stranger Things saying, I don't like girls. And he goes to wrong one. Point is, the lag is atrocious on my end. What did he mean by this? Oh my fucking god, dude. I'm just gonna keep this, send it back to him, and say, what did bro mean by this? My fucking god, dude. But it's like an iconic blunder, to be fair. Oh my fucking god. That's too good. I might have to post that. Holy shit. I'm going to be posting this in my— Thank you! Thank you, Juice! Thank you, thank you! Okay, I posted the sample picture from the Discord. I'll probably post it a little later on Twitter. Those are all my samples. And, yeah. Excited to try them. I got 2 of my flavors, I just didn't get my 3rd flavor. Okay. I think Star had me do that test before with the ping, so I might do that in a little bit. They all look like really sus because they're in little tiny baggies. I swear, officer, these are just gaming supplements. I'm not trying to get high. I'm trying to game. One of them literally like looks like all white powder in a bag, and I was like, oh my fucking god, dude. So I like went over to my father-in-law, and I was like, hey, if you see little packets on the table, that's just a sponsor. Those are energy drinks. I Why get high off of drugs when you can get high off the game? True as fuck. Yeah, we snorting energy drinks. We snorting energy drink powder. Just kidding. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't think that's healthy, honestly. Don't let your pee-pee snort them. He's just chilling in the back over there. Little cow creature guy. What even is a pee-pee? Is he like a duck or like a cow? Who knows? Or maybe he's just like an alien. Because of his little feet. Or is he a cat? Because he has it has cat ears, a duck face, and a cow print body. So what is he? The chimera. It isn't healthy snorted, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. That sounds very painful, like snorting pop rocks, bro. I'm sorry, but if I hear, like, I've heard that somebody, like, snorted pop rocks. I can't remember if it was a friend or my mom or some shit. I think it was my mom. Because she was telling me stories from when she was younger. And, or was it my dad? I can't remember. But, like, that sounds painful as fuck. Why would you want that in your nose? Popping candy in your nose, brother? In your sinus cavity? Dude, like, fries went down the wrong fucking pipe one time when I was laughing, right? And I had fucking fry remnants in my snot, and even then, that was fucking insane to me. I literally went to blow my nose because it felt fucking stuck. No, I'm not kidding. This happened twice, by the way. This happened twice when I was younger. One time with McDonald's fries, and then another time with, like, those, like, home fry type chips. So, like, me and my, like, both these times, my mom made me laugh, like, stupid fucking hard. I could not stop laughing, and we were just eating, right? Oh god, I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that shit. I mean, that's like kind of like the same shit with TikTok challenges, you know? Like the same kind of stupid shit that the kids were doing back in the day. They're just doing now repackaged, even more dangerous with TikTok trends. I didn't snort soda. I drank soda one time. I think it was either a McDonald's soda or Barks root beer. And like I drank too fast or something. Coughed a little bit and like a little bit, like I felt a little bit in my nose. I was like, oh ew, that it felt so bad. But like there's still like that kind of like dangerous kind of trends today, you know? Just repackage. It's fucking ridiculous. The cinnamon challenge, the devious lick challenge, that was kind of fucking weird. Like, why are you going to steal, like, a door from your fucking school bathroom? Hello? The fucking devious lick one was so dumb. Like, and then there was, like, the pass out, or what was it, like, where you, like, made, the blackout challenge, where you literally made yourself black the fuck out, or the fucking Benadryl challenge. These people are fucking stupid. Someone stole a whole ass fucking soap dispenser and sink from my. What the fuck, man? That's insane. There's like the blackout challenge where you like purposely made yourself like pass out or something, or you were like, you and another person made each other pass out. I can't remember how it was done, but like it actually killed people. And then the salt and ice challenge, but that was like around the time of the cinnamon challenge, and it was way worse than the cinnamon challenge. You're literally burning your skin. The Pharaoh's curse. Oh my fucking god. Bwam, bwam, bwam. Bwam, 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 bwam. Bwam, bwam. The Kool-Aid challenge? I don't think I heard about that one. The Tide Pod? Yep, the Tide Pods. There was the Kylie Jenner challenge where somebody put either like their lips in a shot glass or like some kind of small container. And I think that also hurt people as well because of like the prolonged usage and how long some of the people were doing it. Like some of these challenges aren't even fucking challenges. Like what happened to stuff like Ice Bucket, you know? Oh my fucking, I remember that. That was during COVID. It was like the people who made like the mafia like videos. You know, like the mafia roleplay, like the mafia family roleplay type videos. It was literally like that, but like way fucking worse. Can't wait for the penis exploder challenge. Me too, buddy. That's gonna go insane. 2026 is gonna be a wild year. That, but World War II edition. Yeah. I remember seeing that everywhere. Like, there were people, like, cosplaying Anne Frank and stuff, and it was like, dude, come on. Like, they were trying to, like, make it like, oh, see, I'm compassionate. When literally it was just, it looked so dumb. Like, you know that these people are, like, the most performative people. People are fucking weird, man. That's why I just focus on my animes and my Vocaloids. I like my singing robots. The world is stupid. But not everybody here is. There's good and beautiful things. You just have to protect your peace. Speaking of anime. I saw that Re:Zero is getting season 4. I'm kind of excited about that. Because I actually started Re:Zero last year after, like, putting it off forever. And, you know, like, my best friend talks, like, highly about it. My fiance was also a fan of Re:Zero. So I was like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll give it a chance. And you know what? I'm glad that I did, because I love time loop shit. I didn't realize it was a fucking time loop. Oh yeah, I heard about Konosuba season 4. McCreathen was telling me recently. It's, you know what's fucking wild? We were talking about Isekai Quartet. You know, like the mini show that features Konosuba. I think the other one was like chilling in a dungeon. And Re:Zero. I was talking to him about Isekai Quartet. It's kind of like, you know how like Attack on Titan had like a little chibi show? It's kind of like that. It's a spin-off, but it features like all of the Isekai characters, like from all 4 shows. Like the big guys, you know. Dude, you want to know who's doing the opening for this season of Re:Zero? Ash Nico. That's so fucking wild to me. Ash Nico is doing the fucking opening. Teddy Lloyd, the guy who did Me, 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 and pretty much the entire Panty and Stocking soundtrack, and Giga, huge Vocaloid producer, has also done stuff with Teddy Lloyd as well. Like, has been making Vocaloid bangers since, like, I was a fucking small Vocaloid fan, like, maybe, like, 11 or 12 years old. Still making music. And I'm going to be 26 on Thursday. And he's bigger than he ever was. Like, that's insane to me. Like, some of the giants, too, like, that's always, like, something that I've always loved, too. All of the fucking giants have stayed. All of the giants have stayed, like Deco Nina. KZ is kind of making a return. I'm, like, really happy about that, because he's going to be fucking featured in the movie that's coming out on Netflix, the Cho Kaguya-sama movie. Like, Tell Your World is going to be in it, and he's also doing some of the other songs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Overlord. Okay. I knew I was blanking on that. Tanya of Evil, Re:Zero, Konosuba, and Overlord. Yeah. Tanya the Evil is the one I haven't started yet, though, but I've been thinking about watching it. I like her facial expressions. She looks fucking psychotic, and I love it. Is it on Crunchyroll? I knew it was an isekai where she's like some kind of tyrant, like she gets reborn as a tyrant. That's all I know about it, and she looks like a crazy little girl. That's been on my list for a while. I might start that while I'm waiting for ReZero Season 4 after I finish Season 3, because I'm like halfway through Season 3 right now. I sat here thinking, okay, why was I sleeping on this? Bro's just looping. I loved Higurashi. Why did I sleep on this? What kind of genres do you like? You would really like Higurashi / When They Cry. It's really fucking good. The newest Silent Hill was actually directed by the creator. Silent Hill F was written by Ryukishi 07, the creator of Higurashi and Umineko. Umineko has an anime adaptation, but I've heard that it's shit. There's also Syconia, but I haven't tried reading Syconia yet. Kengan Ashura is so fucking good. I loved Kengan Ashura. There's like an whole ass collab episode with Baki too. Which made me even want to start Baki even more. Oh, there's gonna be another coming out. I didn't know that they're gonna continue it. Oh, wow. So, like, kind of like what they're gonna be doing with the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 anime. New protagonist and everything. Oh, wow. Did you watch the Baki special? That's on Netflix. Like, they had, like, you know how, like, there was, like, a collab with Toriko and One Piece? It's essentially like that. Would you say that it's, like, bigger than, Sword Art Online Rem? Because, like, I remember reading the Sword Art Online light novels back when I was younger, and, oh, and the No Game, No Life ones. And those were pretty fucking long. I liked the No Game, No Life light novels. Those were good. Yeah, Kengan and Baki were good together. Like, I remember thinking to myself when I started Kengan Ashura, I was like, man, him and Baki would go so fucking hard. I just like the entire idea of, like, corpo fighting and stuff. That's kind of cool. Did you see that they're making an anime about stock trading? Did y'all see that? They're making a fucking anime about stock trading. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it either, because obviously I thought the story was over because everybody except for Lucy is fucking dead. I was not expecting that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If Adi Shankar touches Berserk, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off, dude. Like, I'm sorry for the person I become if that eventually happens. I will never accept that kind of adaptation. I'm not letting him fucking bastardize my favorite franchise. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, okay, the last time there was ever, like, any kind of Berserk adaptation, they ruined it. They ruined the last two that were, like, in the late 2010s. Yeah, he is. He is. You told me that, and I'm like, really? Didn't they, like, already try to ruin the Duke Nukem franchise? I remember, like, hearing something about that. Hellboy and Guts are so much alike. True! I feel like they would be good friends. There's a character in Chikoa, this cute little show, that just reminds me of Guts. He, like, literally is very stoic. He has, like, a big sword. He's just a little guy. But he's, like, a little guy. It's like, I want somebody to, like, make a picture of Guts staring into a mirror, and like, back at him, it's Rocco staring at him. Rocco literally is just, like, a little guy version of Guts. Sucks the only good adaptation is the 1997 version. I haven't watched that yet. I've seen it, like, here and there, but I haven't watched it yet. Might grab some headache medicine in a minute here, and then we'll get started with the video. I'm gonna go on my BRB screen in a minute here and just go grab some medicine. I will be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab some medicine real quick, and maybe make myself a little bit of food. Just throwing on my 5-minute meals in. I will be back in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back and I have dinner. We're gonna watch the Ocean Gate video again. Like, we're actually going to, like, sit down and watch it. So, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello? I gotta say it slower. Oh my god. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I made my dinner. I'm gonna put myself in the corner. Timeout time. Corner time. Corner time. Corner time. Corner time. The cat belongs in the corner. The cat goes in the corner. The cat goes in the corner. Okay, let me open up my browser. There's Discord. Just copy the link. Because I was like really getting into it and everything fucked up yesterday. Okay, there it is. Copy. Yeah, my computer was being an asshole to me, dude. I don't know why. Okay, give me 1 second. Change the settings. Okay. Window capture is good. Alrighty. Yay!
Ocean Gate Expeditions offers you the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a specially trained crew member safely diving to the Titanic wreckage site. Get ready for what Jules Verne could only imagine, a 12,500-foot journey to the bottom of the sea. It's the Ocean Gate Titanic experience.
That one didn't age quite so well.
A submersible vessel which takes people to see the wreck of the Titanic has gone missing in the Atlantic Ocean. There's a major search and rescue operation underway, with the race to find the vessel before oxygen runs out.
Search teams from the US and Canada are racing against time to locate a submersible with 5 people on board that went missing on a trip to explore the wreck of the Titanic.
Before we went, we had never seen the sub. We didn't know anything about it. There's very little information on the website. I didn't know at that point that you drive the thing with an Xbox game controller. I didn't know that the ballast was, used construction pipes.
Let's talk about the sounds that have been detected. And you talk about, all the vessels on the sea looking for the submersible, but it's also being looked for by air. And it was an aircraft that detected these banging sounds.
How, in the name of sanity, was this allowed to happen? The implosion of the Titan submersible on the 18th of June 2023 was nothing short of a twisted tragedy. Built by Stockton Rush and his now infamous company OceanGate, this terrible disaster that took the lives of 5 people immediately sparked worldwide discussions. With plenty of questions and outrage from the media, and a load of memes courtesy of the internet, of course. But
was
even
it
with all
actually
that,
a
there's
Logitech
still
controller?
quite a
It
lot
looked
to be
like
said about
the
this
Logitech
awful and
logo.
honestly really baffling little series of
When
events.
we were
Now,
watching
just
it
over a year
yesterday,
later, the
when
Titan and its
things were starting to
implosion has
mess
quite a
up,
lot of unanswered questions still
it looked like
floating
a
around
fucking
in amongst its
Logitech
debris.
controller because I
Today,
could see
I'd like to try and
the
shine a
fucking
light on some
logo.
of them. In the aftermath of the tragedy and the ensuing media storm, we've been left with a lot of anecdotal evidence, undiscovered details brought back to the surface, and, of course, a shitload of poorly aged statements and videos from OceanGate.
It's very well engineered and very safe, and the team is very focused on safety first.
By
looked
piecing
like a
all this
fucking-
together, we can get some answers from the murky depth that this tragedy is figuratively and literally hidden within. With that
It
said,
looked
though,
like a Logitech
this is one of
controller.
those events where the more you look at it and the more you learn about it, the worse it gets. The Titan submersible was obviously on its way to the Titanic, the world-famous shipwreck which sunk, amongst other reasons, thanks to negligence and some very careless decisions. I mean, I'm sure there's no parallels here at all, fellas. Please try and ignore any feelings of painful irony that might be cropping up inside you. What I'm trying to hint at here is, yes, like the Titanic, the failure of Stockton Rush and his Titan submersible is a lot more complicated than it first looks. And that's far from the only similarity that these two tragedies share, by the way. The implosion of the sub and the death of its 5 crewmates was something that could have been easily avoided, should have been easily avoided. Yet the choices and poor decisions leading to this tragedy date back over years and years, and are so intertwined with the DNA of OceanGate that this company arguably became an accident waiting to happen. Today, I'd like to show you the events that led up to this terrible disaster, along with how the submersible was lost, and why this entire thing was even allowed to happen in the first place. And it seems only fitting to start with the tragedy that inadvertently led to all of this in the first place, which took place on a cold April night over 110 years ago.
Oh no, oh no.
Ah, the Titanic.
We learned about the
Probably
Titanic
most famous
too
ship in
on
history.
Sunday.
I mean, if you haven't heard of this one, you've probably got your head buried deeper than the fucking shipwreck itself. You could spend an entire video on just Titanic.
Learning about the
Don't tempt
Titanic
me.
too
But for now,
was
I'll try and
pretty
keep things
fucking
short and
wild,
sweet,
dude.
because
Like, holy shit. And it never even happened. And then, like, apparently it tried to happen. Like, there was another group, I think it was in China, that tried to do the same. And it's just rotting in a fucking junkyard.
we do need a little bit of context after all. The RMS Titanic was a British ocean liner, built in Belfast over the course of around 2 years and launched in 1912. At the time, it was the largest ship in the world, coming in at a pretty chunky 269 metres long. For the early 20th century, it was one of the most sophisticated and technologically advanced ships on the planet, in pretty much all ways except lifeboat capacity. I mean, who needs lifeboats on a ship that so many people are describing as...
Say the line, Bart!
unsinkable. Yeah! Anyway, after a few quick hops to Southampton in England, Cherbourg in France, and Queenstown, now Cove in Ireland, the Titanic set off into the Atlantic. Final destination, New York. 4 days into its voyage, though, on the evening of April the 14th, the Titanic collided with an iceberg, mainly due to fog and too much foot on the gas pedal. It sunk over the course of the next several hours, finally going down at about 2:20 in the morning on April the 15th, 1912, taking some 1,500 souls with it. End of the story? Weirdly, no. I mean, when you think about it, it should be, right? Sure, the sadness, the outrage, and the inquests immediately following the sinking of the Titanic would keep the interest alive for a little while, but eventually, with the passing of time and the aging of survivors, events such as these would normally be largely forgotten about and relegated mainly to the dusty old books in the back of
The
your local
unsinkable
library.
turned out to
Many
be
other
very
famous
unsinkable.
shipwrecks have
Very
gone this
true.
exact way, even if they do ring a slight little bell in the back of your head. The Lusitania, the Endurance, the Mary Rose, the MS Estonia. Something about the Titanic, though, was different, allowing it to stick around in our collective memory and leading it to achieve that next level of fame where, like Elvis or Jesus, The name and some key facts about it become common knowledge to basically everyone. Perhaps it's the cruel irony of an unsinkable ship going down on its maiden voyage that kept the intrigue and the interest alive for so many years. Or the details and drama of the sinking, from the accounts of passengers to the questionable decisions of crew members to the lack of binoculars for the lookout men. Personally though, I think where the Titanic sunk played a huge part in immortalising and effectively mythologizing this doomed ship. You see, in 1912, diving technology was far from what it was today. Essentially, the most advanced form of deep-sea technology were diving bells lowered from a ship and diving suits of the kind that sometimes chased the Scooby-Doo gang through a haunted house. Just for context, before some discoveries in the 1870s, next to nothing was known about the deep sea at all. Up until then, it was assumed that life couldn't even exist that far down in the ocean due to the huge amounts of pressure being exerted. The deep oceans were only reached for the very first time in the 1930s in something called a bathysphere. Impressive as it was for the time, the bathysphere only got to about 430 meters deep, and that put the Titanic
seems like it would literally like crunch into itself under enough pressure.
The limits of humanity
like that's really scary, you know.
What this all meant essentially was when the Titanic went down,
like that triggers my fucking claustrophobia, man. Like that's fucking
into another world almost, a world that shrouded.
I realized I was claustrophobic one time when I was like underneath, like when I was like stuck in between
both of which were very
my couch
at this point in time. This, I think, is what really played a huge
I was trying to
part
grab
in
something and I got stuck for a minute and I was like, oh
over
fuck.
the course of certainly the early 20th century.
I started hyperventilating. I'm like, well, that's a new phobia I unlocked. That's scary.
And ridiculously fast-paced levels of technological advancement. Within 40 years of the Titanic sinking, finding the wreck had become such a plausible idea that somebody'd already given it a go. Oh. Decades of mystery and unsolved questions, only suddenly to be gifted with the technology and means to reach the Titanic, well, it's a recipe for widespread enthusiasm, isn't it? After several notable deep-sea explorations throughout the 1970s and 80s, the wreck of the Titanic was finally found in 1985 by the combined teams of Robert Ballard and Jean-Louis Michel. Within a year, they'd gone back down a second time, and since then, there's been countless successful dives to the wreck of the Titanic, and even deeper. And what this basically means is that it's now even easier than ever before to go down the Titanic rabbit hole and get way too interested and obsessed with this fucking boat. There's enough details and trivia
but there's so much
from before...
Why are the... Wait, like, okay. I get it. Cool, like, hidden shipwreck, whatever. But come on. There's more at the bottom of the ocean to look at. Like, what about some weird sea creatures? Come on, man.
And after the sinking,
let's get fucking
to get
weird.
Anybody obsessed for the rest of their lifetime. And that's exactly what seems to have happened with one Stockton Rush.
Ooh.
Richard Stockton Rush III was, by all accounts, someone that should have known better.
If you think about the Earth as really the landmass that we all occupy, then there are 3 planets worth of resources available in the ocean. Minerals, chemicals, biological. It is a vast, huge opportunity.
On paper, there's no doubts he was genuinely a very clever guy, but after watching him being interviewed for hours and hours, I'm left with the feeling he was the kind of guy
like that's
that
it's like with space, you know.
Contradicted his ideas. Born in 1962, his first love was space. Apparently wanting to be.
We have to treat like the deep parts of the ocean like space.
Stayed with Stockton well into his 20s, leading him to get a degree in aerospace engineering
because the pressure can kill you.
In 1984. From what I've seen, it looks like Stockton wanted to do something a bit like Elon Musk and SpaceX, a private company building fleets of ships to explore the cosmos and colonize Mars.
But I also was a space person, and half our mission specialist clients who go to the Titanic have either been to space or are going to space.
However, his dreams of exploring space were crushed out of nowhere when he was told his eyesight would disqualify him from becoming a military pilot, which is basically the quickest way to becoming a potential astronaut. So instead, he turned to his second lifelong obsession,
I can't unsee that now.
The ocean.
One of the reasons I started the business was I didn't understand why we were spending 1,000 times as much money to explore space as we were to explore Earth and the oceans.
He's been an excellent scuba diver from his early teens, by all accounts, and so this, combined with his engineering degree and an MA
well, I
in
always
business
thought it was like
administration,
comparable to
led
Mars,
to the founding of OceanGate.
You know, like how
2009.
it's depicted that people like people's heads will like explode if their helmet is off on Mars or something.
Carry out some 130
I always
dives
like
in
figured it'd be
by
something like that.
2013. At this point in time, the OceanGate business plan was basically taking tourists out into the ocean, mainly to see things like shoals of fish and other marine animals. The Antipodes was essentially a test submersible for OceanGate and Stockton Rush. It was an older vessel built back in 1974, but it was also reliable and fully certified by the American Bureau of Shipping. This means it had been properly built and tested and had very little chance of, fucking imploding. The Antipodes could reach a depth of around 300 meters or 1,000 feet, which is nothing to scoff at, but it's less than a tenth of the way to the Titanic. So the first dives that OceanGate did were to lesser known wrecks in comparatively shallow water. And I say comparatively in huge quotation marks because the pressure in most of these cases is still enough to insta-kill you quicker than a pro gamer on Modern Warfare 3. Dude. OceanGate's first shipwreck dive was in June 2011 to the SS Governor, a cargo ship that sank off the coast of Washington in 1921 after another ship decided to T-bone it. This shipwreck is only about 70 to 100 meters down.
he isn't wrong.
And
that's what makes it funny.
Absolutely shock nobody is nicknamed the Mini Titanic of the Washington area. This expedition was followed by another dive in September of the same.
Getting a phone call. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. My fiance just picked up on me and see how stream was going. I told him it's doing better now that I dropped kick. I haven't been dropping pings as often either, so that's good. That's really good, actually. So, yeah. Alright. We can continue with it.
Year to the SS Montebello, a ship that was torpedoed by the Japanese off the coast of California during World War II. This wreck sits at about 270 meters down, and so you can see it's a bit of a jump compared to our friend the Governor. And this is the general pattern for OceanGate over the next few years, progressively deeper dives to deeper and deeper wrecks, testing their limits essentially. And believe it or not, up until this point, this is all still so far so good. The first signs of trouble only really begin to emerge in 2013. You see, if you have ridiculous amounts of money like Stockton Rush and OceanGate, you can buy or rent submersibles that will take you a few hundred feet down into the depths of the ocean. But if you think that you can just rent something that will take you down as far deep as the Titanic, well, you're fucking delusional. Aside from the fact that these vessels are very complicated and need well-trained,
you can't just rent that. That's fucking dumb.
There's also a shitload of rules and regulations in place. It will take years of building and safety testing before you can actually take a sub into the deep sea. So with these obstacles in his way, Stockton Rush decided to basically give the industry standards a big middle finger and just build his own sub instead. 10 out of 10 idea, guys. What could possibly go wrong? Unveiled 2 years later, in March 2015, this is Cyclops.
Okay, on behalf of the whole OceanGate team and all the team members who are here tonight, I christen the Cyclops.
Boy.
In 2015, we launched the Cyclops project, which generated the minimum viable prototype on the lower left, which I strongly recommend, as would most folks. We just got it out there to figure out what we could do. It can only go to 1,600 feet.
Cyclops
I don't know, honestly. It looked like it was Logitech.
A wide range of users, filmmakers, tourists, scientists, the oil and gas industry, salvagers, and more.
Shut up, bitch!
Now, there's a couple of things about Cyclops and its design that I'd just like to quickly draw your attention to before we move on, okay? Firstly, it was originally designed to have a carbon fibre hull, which, to put it as its simplest, is a big, stupid, dumb ideas in terms of deep-sea exploration. We'll get into why this is such a shit idea a little later on, but for now, this idea was dropped, thanks to OceanGate getting its hands off a steel hull from
You can
another
do
sub.
either or, I don't
This
mind.
hull was then modified and used to build Cyclops instead. The favoured materials for building deep-sea exploration vehicles are specifically made and specially produced kinds of steel, acrylic, and most importantly titanium. These materials and the methods by which they're turned into deep-sea subs have been tried, tested...
Well, their other issue was fucking, like, not going through all the tests. Like, holy fuck. This was an entire disaster.
and refined, and I mean really fucking refined. Ship classification societies, like the American Bureau of Shipping I mentioned earlier, they exist all across the world, and their sole purpose, essentially, is to maintain the standards of ship construction and other kinds of marine technology. Their safety tests, not just for the construction materials, but for the submersible as well, they'll take years on their own. That brings me nicely on to my second issue. The Cyclops was built in nowhere near enough time to conduct all those tests and safety checks I just mentioned right now. It seems clear that Stockton regarded these regulations as things that were restricting him, holding him back from his great SpaceX underwater fanfiction.
There are...
And you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't rush these kinds of things because this is how this fucking happened.
Certifying or semi-certifying agencies, the Pressure Vessels for Human Occupation Committee that handles hyperbaric chambers in submarines. You have the SubSafe program in the Navy. These programs are over the top in their rules and regulations, but they had nothing with carbon fiber. If you look back at the earlier designs of deep diving submersibles, they weren't focused on market opportunities, and that led to designs that were large, bulky, expensive.
I am no expert in engineering of any fucking kind, do not get me wrong, but 2 years to build a submersible that's
that's fucking ridiculous.
500 meters in depth under the ocean, that seems a little bit sketchy to me.
If you're not breaking things, you're not innovating. If you're operating within a known environment, as most submersible manufacturers do, they don't break things.
Unlike Antipodes, its predecessor, the Cyclops was not certified and definitely did not follow the industry standards based on some of its design details. Because, as also mentioned earlier, deep-sea vessels of any kind are not easy to pilot and require specialist expertise. Stockton, he's not about that shit. He wants deep-sea
you're not about that,
that everyone and their mother can learn to drive with relative ease. So what's his solution to making deep-sea nautical technology more accessible to the general public? It's a fucking video game controller.
OceanGate's new approach to manned submersibles is based upon new lightweight materials,
A carbon fiber hull,
existing off-the-shelf technologies,
commercial game controllers, standard computers,
and operational efficiency.
One of the things we've done is
is that a
lot of the
fucking
internal functions.
Logitech controller?
It's a very simple vehicle to train someone to operate.
By this point, this isn't bending a few rules in the name
It
of
is? I fucking knew it. I knew I recognized the logo. There's like there's a frame upcoming where it zooms in more close.
This is a cute brain rot. So, with those glaring points in mind, the Cyclops was christened in March.
Yo, pass me the Xbox controller. I'm gonna pilot as
and began carrying out commercial and academic dives into the deep almost straight away. One notable dive was in June of the same year to the SS Andrea Doria.
Now, for reference, how much is that Logitech controller? I really want to know. I'm very curious. I'll look this up. Hold on. Looking this up. A $30 to $40 controller? I'm done.
Passenger ship that sunk in 1956 and lies some 70 meters down in the North Atlantic. The Cyclops, in spite of its arguably glaring design flaws, was ultimately a success, which I guess made it easier for Stockton and OceanGate to ignore the growing
what the
concerns
fuck,
about its
man?
approach to deep-sea exploration. All of this seems to have
fucking dumbass thought it was a good idea to use a $30 controller. I'm floored. Yeah, it said it was, when I looked just now, it said it was around $30 to $40. Hold on, I can double check. Yeah, the Logitech F7, hold on, let me look this up. See if it's on Amazon, actually. Yeah, it's $39. What the fuck? Amazon. It's got a 4.1 rating and it's $35. The one that was that one gray or silver? Or was that one like a more of a black or a silver? Let me go back a little bit. Oh my god. It's the $18 one. That's even worse, dude. What the fuck? I'm on Amazon right now and it says it's $18.34. So I don't even think it's the F710. I think it's the F310. If you look at the F310, it looks more closer to that. That's so bad. Yeah, wait, no, it is. I think it is. I genuinely think it is. That's so bad. Okay, okay. So that's why then it is. Okay. That's so weird because they're not showing that option. They're only showing the silver option.
The shelf technologies.
Commercial game controllers, standard computers.
And operational efficiency.
One of the things we've done is automate a lot of the internal functions.
Oh, you did see a wire?
It's a very simple vehicle to train someone to operate.
By this point, this isn't bending a few rules in the name of exploration. This is acute brain rot. So, with those glaring points in mind, the Cyclops was christened in March 2015 and began carrying out commercial and academic dives into the deep almost straight away. One notable dive was in June of the same year to the SS Andrea Doria, a passenger ship that sunk in 1956 and lies some 70 meters down in the North
That's
Atlantic.
fucking bonkers.
In spite of its arguably glaring design flaws, was ultimately a success, which I guess made it easier for Stockton and OceanGate to ignore the growing concerns about his approach to deep-sea exploration. All of this seems to have a sinister whiff of Stockton wanting to prove all these uptight regulatory assholes wrong. And so it'll come as no surprise then to
the robot that I was on for Off-Kai, I was driving with a controller, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Learn that Cyclops was only the beginning for OceanGate and its slapdash attitude towards submersible construction.
Cyclops 1 is paving the way for Cyclops 2 with an operational depth of 3,000 meters.
We can scale to multiple vehicles relatively quickly because we've used commercially off-the-shelf products for almost everything we do.
By December of 2016, the development of a Cyclops 2 submersible was underway. But somewhere along its roughly 2-year construction phase, Stockton seemingly decided he didn't like the name very much. And so, by the time it was unveiled in 2018, Cyclops 2 had been renamed...
Oh boy, here we go. But yeah, why would you use a fucking cheapo controller for something of this, like, margin? Like, that's just asking for disaster.
So, you thought the Cyclops was a big pile of nautical fuckery, did you? Well, I assure you its successor is so much worse, it's actually unbelievable. The nicest way I could describe Titan is that it's horrifyingly simplistic for something apparently designed to descend 4,000
Literally
meters
just looks like a
below
death
sea
capsule.
level. But then again, its not so nice description of literal death trap works pretty well for Titan.
The thing about that star, it would have been, you know, better if it was just a remote viewing kind of thing and people who were there got to actually use the controller to steer. Like, some kind of screening room where all the people who paid actually get to, like, you know, move the sub around like an actual surveillance sub instead of people going inside of the fucking thing. You know? Because it would have worked better as a surveillance sub. The Cyclops looked like it would have been best because, like, it had, like, the front-facing glass. They could have put, like, a camera somewhere and used that as a surveillance sub. Yeah, like, you know, there's a lot of money in science, and I feel like that could have been doable. That could have been doable. This could have been avoided if they treated it like an actual surveillance sub and instead of getting their cake and eating it too. This guy's a fucking moron. Like, the people involved, like, they thought it was gonna be safe, you know? This guy's actually stupid. Yeah, that's true. It's also like, why go with a $30 controller, or even if it is a $19 controller? Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all have the money for it. Invest time and money into, like, actual safe things.
As well. This now infamous submersible vessel essentially inherited all the worst traits from its predecessor Cyclops, and then magnified those screw-ups by a couple million just for good measure.
We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Come on! The video game controller is...
Yeah, wait. I can see it! I can... Look! Look, there it is! There it is! Fucking Logitech! Holy fuck! There it is!
And more basic looking than ever, and can I just point out that it's wireless as well, for God's sake. As great as wireless technology is, any moron from Reddit will tell you that headphones and controllers with wires are more responsive and generally have better quality. Could you not have even plugged it in, Stockton? Then of course, there's all these monitors that seem to have been...
Logitech F710 is a popular PC gamepad known for its console delay. Yeah, but is it good? Probably not for this, obviously.
Rigged up and screwed into the walls with all the care of a distracted 10-year-old. And for the icing on the cake...
Fucking PlayStation controllers are more than that. Come on!
Really bought from local hardware stores.
You can use these off-the-shelf components. I got these from...
A PlayStation 5 controller is like, what, $70? Hold on. Hold on. They're mid? Okay. Let me see. PS5 controller. Yeah, it's literally $74.
Camper World.
I mean, you're putting construction pipes as ballast.
We only have one button, that's it. It should be like an elevator. You know, it shouldn't take a lot of skill.
You know, I've broken some rules to make this.
I was being too optimistic when I said they were using a PS3 controller.
I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
However, worst of all, the cherry on top of this cake of garbage is the return of the carbon fiber hull. Though the two ends of the vessel were still made of titanium, the entire middle section was built out of carbon fiber. You know, the most important main part of the vessel that everybody's going to be
literally.
Now is probably a good time to expand a little more on why carbon fiber is an ill-suited choice if you're planning to build your own submersible. Based on what I've read and watched, this is the best and most simple way I can describe carbon fiber. It's really strong, lightweight, and a great versatile material, but it's only great if you play to its strengths, like anything. Carbon fiber performs best when it's pulling things or being pulled. That's the kind of strain that this material really prefers and really works best under. You can take a single strand of carbon fiber, no thicker than regular string, wrap it around your car, and pull it down the street without that strand snapping. Carbon fiber is not so good, however, at pushing things. Don't get me wrong, it's a strong material, it'll give it a good try, but being pushed and put under that sort of pressure is not something that it copes with very well. Just like me. Think about the same scenario of taking a strand of carbon fibre, wrapping it around your car, but then instead using it to try and push the car down the street. It just doesn't work quite as well, does it? Now, at the depths of the Titanic, the pressure pushing down on top of you is equivalent to some 120 school buses sat on top of you.
It's like you're being pressure cooked or some shit.
Now, where titanium and steel will put up with that sort of thing like it's nothing, because resisting pushing pressure is what it's really good at, carbon fibre, on the other hand, will eventually wear down and weaken over time under that kind of
You're
pressure.
literally
As
being
well as
pressure
this,
cooked.
Unlike my homies steel and titanium, carbon fibre simply wears down and weakens a bit quicker over time. If you take an axe and start smashing the ever-loving shit out of a piece of titanium, you're probably not going to do much difference to its overall strength. By comparison, your axe-wielding fury would probably make a much larger dent in the overall strength of some carbon fibre. It was these major concerns, along with a shitload of others I'm sure, that led to 38 members of the Marine Technology Society's Manned Underwater Vehicles Committee writing a letter of warning to Stockton. This wasn't even the only warning that
they
this
had
guy
several
got.
fucking
Several
warnings.
colleagues, friends, and even his own staff voiced their concerns about Titan's design, as well as how quickly it had been built, and the alarming lack of safety testing. And Stockton seemingly just ignored the lot of it.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break."
OceanGates boasts that
You're remembered for the rules you break. Yeah, when you're putting people's lives in danger, way underwater, buddy. You can't really break those rules. You literally have to follow the guidelines. What the fuck, man?
Partnered with aerospace experts at the University of Washington, NASA, and Boeing on the design of our hull.
Gets slightly less impressive when you learn that the partnership's dissolved due to Stockton ignoring their design recommendations and rigorous testing requirements.
Dude. Imagine, like, fumbling that fucking hard, or you not only do that, but you lose those partnerships because you're, like, too stubborn about your design choices. It's not about what you want for a design, it's what, like, is going to be the safest, buddy.
Titan began sea dives almost immediately after its launch in 2018. With OceanGate claiming a successful unmanned descent to 4,000 meters.
That looks like an MRI machine.
With OceanGate claiming a success.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Literally looks like an MRI machine. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, and using a fucking Logitech controller.
Unmanned descent to 4,000 meters.
They probably also like were like about the Logitech controller, like
over the course of
sure.
And in 2019, April, OceanGate announced that Titan had set a personal best record and descended to just over 3,500 meters. Throughout this trip, one of the crew members, Carl Stanley, had heard loud cracking noises repeatedly coming from the submersible. He would eventually go on to email Stockton about this concern. I think that the hull has a defect near the flange that will only get worse. The only question in my mind is, will it fail catastrophically or not?
We made one hull. I took it to 4,000 meters, and it made a lot of noise, which is a very sphincter tightening experience.
Said butthole tightening.
We brought it back, and it wasn't getting quieter on the second dive. It should have been dramatically quieter. If you think about it, when you get to this maximum pressure, it's a thing called the Kaiser effect. You get a lot of popping and crackling, and the next time you go to that pressure, you should have a lot less. All those weak fibers and voids have all been taken care of, and this hull wasn't doing it. So we scrapped it, we went back, we built another one.
Stockton eventually agreed to do some tests, and in January 2020, did find evidence that the hull had weakened. What makes all of this more chilling is that while these tests were being carried out on the Titan's hull, OceanGate would announce details about its plans for the future of the company
Oh,
and its
God.
creation of submersibles. It's a little eerie sitting here reading plans for a Cyclops 3 and Cyclops 4 model submersibles capable of descending to 6,000 meters over a year after the demise of Titan. Titan's hull was eventually replaced or repaired sometime during 2020, but eventually it cracked altogether after only 50
So
dives.
definitely not an underwater
And on
kind
top
of
that,
material.
only 3 of
Got
those
it.
50 dives apparently reached 4,000 meters, the depth of the Titanic. A clear and easy example of just how reckless Stockton and OceanGate were being at this point in time is all the footage of the Titan being dragged around on basically a glorified inflatable dinghy as it's being prepared for launch. I don't know about you, but
This
if I
guy
were
is
planning
supposed to
trip
be a
the bottom of the
scientist.
North Atlantic, I'd be a little more careful with the thing that's taking me there. It should be painfully clear by now that these trips down to the Titanic should have never ever happened. It's a miracle that Titan achieved the successful dives that it did, not just because of the rough craftsmanship and handling of the vessel, but also because of the sheer amount of legal hurdles and loopholes that OceanGate was jumping through. They could avoid the industry regulations by operating and diving in international waters, and they could circumvent the problem of passengers by making them sign a waiver and using the loophole of always referring to them as mission specialists.
Experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign?
It all sounds
My fucking
really
God.
above board, guys, right? Doesn't it? I mean, just trust us. Shut the fuck up and don't question anything. With the way Stockton Rush was going, his Titan sub was effectively a ticking time bomb. What many had already feared, warned of, and predicted was bound to happen before long, when this kind of
But he screwed
insanity
himself over.
leads a project of this kind.
Our rule is we risk capital, we don't risk people.
Early on the morning of June 18th, 2023, the Titan submersible would begin its final voyage towards Stockton's beloved Titanic shipwreck. The launch had already been delayed a few hours, but eventually started at around 8 AM Eastern Time. Aside from Stockton Rush, who would be piloting Titan that day, there were 4 other passengers on board. Paul-Henri Nargeolet, an explorer and Titanic enthusiast who'd already gone down to the wreck some 38 times. He was accompanying the Titan as a guide for the other mission specialists on board. Hamish Harding, the chair of a private plane firm with a penchant for adventure and exploration. He'd already been to
Like,
space,
all these people wanted
the
to do
bottom
was
of the
fucking
Mariana Trench,
explore.
and the South Pole, and seemingly wanted to add the Titanic to his list of exotic pit stops. Shahzada Dawood, vice chair of a large conglomerate that produces petrochemicals and fertilizer. An avid Titanic enthusiast, he was accompanied by his 19-year-old son Suleiman, who was apparently reluctant to go and
So
eventually
sad.
agreed to please his dad for Father's Day. Titan's round
That's so
trip
sad.
was supposed
Barely
to
an
take
adult,
around
too.
6 to 7 hours in total. The trip to Titanic was supposed to take
6-7. Such a fat fucking chud.
Titan about 2 hours each way, which leaves the crew a couple of hours at the bottom of the Atlantic to see the wreck in all its glory. However, at around an hour and 45 minutes into its descent, at around 9:45 Eastern Time, the team on the surface
8-9.
ship lost contact with the Titan sub. Normally, after about 15 minutes of no contact, a surface crew would start to get worried about the submersible
10-11.
below. Within 60 minutes of no contact, a surface team should have assumed that something has gone wrong and should be following whatever contingency strategy is in place in case of this exact bloody event happening. In the case of Titan, though, its loss of contact would not be reported
It was the 6-7 curse all along. Yeah, you're right, Star.
to Coast Guard and authorities until 5:45 PM Eastern Time, which is a whole 8 hours after the Titan lost contact and over 2 hours after it was
Remember when somebody goes 6-7, 6-7, they're actually cursing you.
due back. By the following morning of Monday, June the 19th, swarms of US and Canadian ships, planes and Coast Guard were arriving and beginning a widespread search and rescue mission. The key words there are search and rescue, which means you're looking for people who are missing but presumed alive. It's different to a recovery mission, where the people you're looking for are presumed or known to be dead already. It seems then that the Coast Guard was working off the assumption that the passengers of Titan submersible were alive and trapped at the bottom of the ocean. If this horrific scenario was the case, the Coast Guard were looking at a 72 to 96 hour window to rescue the submersible before it ran out of oxygen. On top of this, even if the sub was located intact with the passengers still alive inside, hauling it up to the
8 hour
surface
round
again
trip.
would
Oh
be
god.
no mean feat. There was, however, another option too. The Titan sub and its inhabitants were already lost, and the carbon fibre hull had given out under the pressure equivalent to some 120 school buses. Many voices from across the news and media were already voicing this possibility, even as the Coast Guard conducted its search and rescue.
Thank you, thank you, thank
the
you.
Uncertainty around the Titan's actual fate.
My birthday
top
is
of
on
the initial
Thursday,
crisis
so
of
in
losing contact and
2
finding
days.
the damn thing, it only
I'm
added
really
to
excited.
the general feeling of panic and confusion that seemed to be already rising by the end of June the 19th.
Yeah, I'm holding a subathon for my birthday.
194-meter pipe-laying vessel arrived on scene with underwater ROV capability. They have rendezvoused with the vessel Polar Prince and commenced an ROV dive at the last known of the position of the Titan and the approximate position of the Titanic wreck.
It's okay, it's the 22nd.
That operation is currently ongoing.
Perhaps the Coast Guard really was just working off misguided optimism or wonky details, or maybe a mixture of the two. That's what I would lean towards anyway. In hindsight though, based on OceanGate's track record and the fact it took them 8 hours to report Titan missing, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to suggest that they maybe bent the truth or got some things wrong when they initially reported it. On the next day of the search and rescue, June 20th, Canadian aircraft picked up noises from the ocean that sounded like tapping or banging. These sounds were described at 30-minute intervals.
Those sounded like
which
gunshots.
gave rise to
Holy
the terrible
fuck.
thought that these passengers were actually down there, trapped below 4,000 meters of ocean, tapping in the hope of getting our attention before their oxygen ran out. More sounds were picked up in the early hours of June 21st, and the search ramped up as more underwater vehicles and aircraft launched into the area in aid to help. These tapping noises were eventually followed by the alleged final chat logs from the Titan voyage. From what I've seen, these logs seem to be widely considered fake by this point in time, but not by everybody. There still seems to be some division about it. There always is on the internet, let's be realistic. The authenticity of the chat logs doesn't really matter much at the end of the day though. The mysterious banging noises, on the other hand, do have a more tangible answer. Being realistic, the body of water that Titan went missing in is absolutely massive. It's teeming with all kinds of marine life and underwater rock formations, any of which could have produced the sounds. This is a pretty busy part of the ocean. There are countless cargo and freight ships passing through that area basically all of the time, and they've all got a shitload of noisy, vibrating engines and machinery on board to boot. The sounds were eventually analysed by the US Navy, who also concluded that the noises probably weren't man-made. It seems that humans are all too good at finding patterns in things that actually aren't there at all. In any case, by the end of the
I think it was
22nd
like
of June,
the
with
thing itself.
96-hour
I don't think
window
it was
all
them
but
making
run
the
out,
noise.
a debris field was found near the wreck of the Titanic. Shortly afterwards, it was confirmed to contain pieces of the Titan which showed signs of suffering an instant loss of pressure in its main chamber and imploding.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor.
A few days later, the wreckage was hauled back to the surface, pulling up with it a pretty conclusive end to all the debates.
Holy
all of the
fuck,
five
that thing fucking
passengers
imploded.
would have been killed instantly when the Titan sub imploded, and I suppose that's a little bit quicker and less painful than slowly running out of oxygen trapped in the shadow of the Titanic. For the people that spent days worrying about whether their loved ones were safe and okay and gonna come home, though, perhaps not.
Oh boy.
The 12 months following the Titan sub's implosion have not been kind to OceanGate, unsurprisingly. At the end of the 22nd of June 2023, with the Titan debris field freshly found at the bottom of the Atlantic, the now disgraced company issued this statement. We now believe that our CAO Stockton Rush, Shadzaza Darwood and his son Suleiman Darwood, Hamish Harding and Paul-Henri Nargelet have sadly been lost. These men were true explorers who shared a distinct spirit of adventure and a deep passion for exploring and protecting the world's oceans. Our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss of life and joy they brought to everyone that they knew. This is an extremely sad time for our dedicated employees who are exhausted and grieving deeply over this loss. The entire OceanGate family is deeply grateful for the countless men and women from multiple organisations of international community who expedited wide-ranging resources and have worked so very hard on this mission. We appreciate their commitment to finding these 5 explorers and their days and nights of tireless work in support of our crew and their families. This is a very sad time for the entire explorer community and for each of the family members of those lost at sea. We respectfully ask that the privacy of these families be respected during this most painful time. Following this statement, and this is the best way I can describe it, OceanGate basically just shut the fuck up. There were no follow-up remarks, no damage control, no attempts to mitigate anything, nothing at all. Many of the news articles from those last couple of weeks
Well, yeah, because their CEO is fucking dead.
of June all have a similar sentence within them. OceanGate has declined any further comments. On the 2nd of July 2023, the radio silence was finally and very briefly broken with a short announcement that OceanGate would be suspending all operations immediately. And then OceanGate promptly shut up again and haven't really been heard from since. OceanGate's main office in the port of Everett, Washington also shut its doors straight away, along with all of OceanGate's social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I mean, even its LinkedIn got fucking nuked. Even today, if you head on over to OceanGate's website, you'll be greeted with this abrupt little message, which is frankly no better than an error 404. Fortunately, archives of OceanGate's website do exist, and reading them a year on, knowing what happens, it's honestly a little bit sinister. There's a lot on there about what OceanGate hope to do next, which I've already mentioned a little with Stockton's plans for a Cyclops 3 and 4 model. However, the website also details some sites that they were hoping to visit and frequent in the near future, including the hydrothermal
Like
vents
I said, it should
in
have
the
been
Azores in
fucking
Portugal. If there is any common sense in
surveillance
the world,
sub.
OceanGate and its crackpot approach to submersible construction
Would have worked
it
nicer
should be
as a
relegated
surveillance
to the
sub.
dusty books of history, never again to be repeated and retried. I'm sure there's been inquiries, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure you could find some OceanGate higher-ups and stakeholders to blame if you wanted to, but I think by this point, the person that's ultimately responsible for this tragedy went down with the Titan itself. If anyone can be blamed at all, it's Stockton Rush, but arguably, he's already paid the ultimate price for his disregard for safety and reckless abandon. The parallels between the sinking of the Titanic and the tragedy around the Titan sub are numerous and alarming. Like the Titanic, it overlooked safety measures and failed to prepare for disaster, insisting that nothing could go wrong. Like the Titanic, this little submersible was pushed too hard and too fast in an attempt to break records and outshine the competitors. Like the Titanic,
You can't
there
do that.
was false hope for the safe return of all passengers, and a vacuum of questions, anger, and grief when their loss was discovered. The tragedy of the Titan submersible shows us very clearly that if we do not take note and learn from history, we will inevitably make the same mistakes again and again and again.
Yep. Holy crap.
So, I'd just like to say a couple of quick things before I finish the video. At the start of this year, 2024, I announced at the end of a video that I was back after a period of not uploading much, and that I'd be doing shitloads of live...
It's just the talking thing. Well, that was interesting. That was really interesting.
Thank you for the head pats. Thank you, thank you.
I think I might play Uma Musume, or hold on. Let me see how much my tablet's charged. Get over here, tablet. 23%. I think we can play some Project Sekai. Yeah. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. Welcome in. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Hold on, let me plug in my tablet to my capture card. I think it should work. I think. Was it display capture? No, was it display capture? I think it was a window capture. Oh, it was video capture. Okay. Hold on. I have to put it behind me. On. There we go.
Alrighty, have a good night.
What do I have to do? Hold on. I think there's something I have to do. Give me 1 second. Okay, I got it fixed. There was something I had to do. 1 second. I'm just putting everything back where it was. I had to plug in my HDMI cord. Then we can actually play some Project Sekai. Go. I think now it'll work. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Oh, that's cool. It hides it. Let me go to my BRB screen. I don't think I have. Okay, I turned off notifications. Wait, why can't I? Oh. Wait, why can't I hear it? Hold on. That's so weird. Why can't I hear it? Hang on. Mm. Okay. That's so weird. Hold on. I don't know why I can't hear audio now. I don't know what's going on with it. Give me a second. 1 second. What the fuck? Why? Why can't I hear it? Okay. How do I get the capture to work? We have to update it? I think I might have to update. Hang on, I might have to like ask Star if she knows anything. Give me a minute. Hey, I texted you, Star. I need help. I can't hear audio whatsoever when I'm using my capture card. So what do I do here? Like, the game audio is not playing whatsoever. It's saying that I have it at max volume. I don't really know what to do. I'm not really sure what to do. I've never had this issue before either. No, like it's not like playing at all. Did I plug in the wrong cord? Because I don't think I did. Supposed to plug in the fat cord, right? I think. I don't know what I was supposed to do. Yeah, you know the USB-C to HDMI cord that I have? It usually works fine. I'm able to stream Project Diva no problem. So, what did I do? Because I plugged in the HDMI cord that was in the back of my Switch dock, but I'm not sure if that was, like, did I plug in the right cord? Or, like, what did I do something wrong? Because I don't know what I did wrong. Okay. Let me... Hold on. Let me try to call my fiance. Okay, I'm looking at what you sent, Star. I'm gonna try doing that. Video capture device. Audio properties. Where? Do I even access that? Okay. Yes. Just audio properties. It is at monitor and output, but hold on. Okay. What do I do? I'm in the window. What the fuck? Why isn't it working? Do I have to like completely redo my capture card setup? Yes, I do. That's the even weirder part. Wait, hold on. See? Like, it's turned up all the way. Like... I don't really know why. See if this works. Hold on. Please. Dude, why? Where is the audio? I'm doing capture card. And it's never given me this problem before. I played Project Diva on stream with it, like Project Sekai on stream with this. I've never had this issue before. I've never ever had this issue before. I might have enough to do a lot of pulls though. So that might be a thing. Okay. Muted for some reason the Elgato software. Hold on. Let me look. Well, it won't even like let me check it because like I have to do it in a really fucked up way. So I'm not sure if you know, but I can't use the software itself. I have to put it as a video source in OBS and then like do the projection thing. I don't know what's going on with this. Not even letting me do that. Like it's blank as shit. It's not. This pissed me off so much. Not even giving me that. Not even giving me that. Why is it doing this? Plug the skinny cord. Press again, maybe. Still not working. Cool. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. It's saying I have to restart things, boy.
Okay, I'm back. It's still not working, so we're gonna play Project Diva instead. Give me 1 second. This, like, Star helped me as best as she could, okay? She helped as best as she could. Yeah. Turn off the Elgato capture card. Steam. Library. Project Diva.